everyone, this is Angie at Stampingwithamore. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. Even those of you who are not new, please subscribe because it really helps my channel so I can continue doing these projects and sharing them. It really helps. And I was looking at my YouTube channel the other day, and half of you that watch my YouTube videos are not subscribed. So please subscribe and hit that bell so that we can do the 30,000 subscriber giveaway. All right, so today we're sharing this hot cocoa pouch, and I thought it turned out really cute. Now I'm using these longer, thin hot cocoa pouches. These I get from a local Christmas store that we have in our area, but you can find these longer, skinny ones at Walmart. I've gotten them there before. But I usually give these to my grandkids every year in their stockings. So I usually make a hot cocoa pouch for them. And there's all different flavors, but I've gotten them at Walmart and they've had different flavors and they have like little Christmas pictures on them. So keep an eye out there for them. And I think I've seen them at Kroger's and CVS, the same type of hot cocoa pouches. But I'm not sure. I haven't tried the regular ones like the Nestle's in here. So you might want to try that out because these are 3 3/4 wide and it is 6.5 tall, but you can always cut this down to fit the regular Nestle's hot cocoa. I'm also using my stitched rectangle dies for this, but the back I'm just cutting, but you don't need them for this. I just love the stitching that's around the edge, so that's why I wanted to use the stitched rectangles. All right, so for this project, we are going to use, like I said, this piece is 3 3/4 by 6.5. And then I'm going to use the stitched rectangle, and this is the largest one. I'm using this one for the bottom half of it. And then you need a piece of Coastal Cabana, which I'm using to cut out our little scallop on it. So I'm going to show you what I'm using for these, but you can use whatever you have on hand. I'm using our stitched shapes, and I'm using the circles. I'm using the second largest, and that's for the circle right here on the front. And then these are the stitched rectangles, but like I said, you can just cut out the pieces for this, and I'll give you the measurements to that so you can cut them out if you just want to cut them out. But these are so, I love these. And then I'm using the peony dies, and that's only for the stitched scallop. If you have any kind of stitched die, or you can use a punch to do your little scallop, you can use whatever you have. I'm also using the Playful Alphabet. And if you watched my video yesterday, Tuesday, I do my cards. I used these Playful Alphabet for that too. And if you didn't, I'm going to link it in here because it's one of my favorite slimline cards that I've done. So this, we are going to use the HOT for the chocolate part of this. Oh, I'm also using for this little snowflake. I'm using this So Many Snowflake dies, which coordinates with the snowflake wishes. I'm not stamping, so you don't need the stamp set. But if you have, like I said, another punch or another snowflake, you can use whatever you have on hand. But I'm using the smallest snowflake on this, from this one. All right, and then for stamping, we are using the Press On and the Nothing Is Better Than. These are two of my favorite. And we're using the chocolate, and we're using Kind of Day, this Kind of Day right here. And then we are using the mug. Now you can use this hot cocoa for the hot cocoa too. I went back and forth, but then I ended up just using the mug. And I'm also using the little steam that comes out of it on this one because it has a little mug too, but I thought this mug was too small, so we're using this big one. All right, I think that's everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut our pieces out. I already cut out the stitched circle, and I already cut out the snowflake because we need to cut and emboss this stitched rectangle And we need to do the little trim that we're using, the scallop. You can use any kind of trim. And I also have the hot cut out of Real Red. So we have the HOT right there. So I'm going to set those aside. And we are going to run these pieces through here. So I'll grab the cut and emboss. And we're going to run this one through. Oop, not that one. Just this one right here. So we're going to do that one, and then we're going to, oops, I need to scoot that over a little bit. I like to do them at an angle, these stitched rectangles, because they seem to run through either, I used to do it with the Big Shot as well. They seem to run through, there's some theory to it, that they run through better at an angle, and I found that to be true. All right. And then we have this piece right here. And then we're just going to cut out, you see I already got some Post-it tape on here. We're going to just line it right up to the edge here. And then we're going to run that one through. All right. I love this little scallop. It's one of my favorite, and I've used it quite a bit. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to grab my trimmer, and we are going to cut this stitched rectangle down to 4 inches. So we're just cutting that to 4 inches. So it is going to be, if you are going to do this without it, it's going to be 4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And this piece, I already told you, is 3/4 by 6 1/2. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is glue this together to give it time to glue properly and to seal up. Because, and I'm going to check to see where I need to start this. If you don't let it sit for a few minutes, it will come apart. So you need to make sure that, and I'm using wet glue because I want it as narrow as possible, the glue part. I'm going to go ahead, let's go ahead and put this on there too. So we're going to put it on here, just on the edge. This is really a really easy project. And it is a little bit long, but I like it that way, so then I can just cut it to where I want it. All right, so now we can set that aside. Now I am going to take my little scallop circle. I'm going to use some crumb cake, and we are going to use our little sponge dauber, and we're going to go around it just with the crumb cake. Just really lightly, don't go crazy. It's just going to give it a little bit of, I don't know, something it needed because it was too white to me. So I went ahead and just sponged the edge of this one. All right, now we're going to use our Memento Black, and we are going to stamp our cup. I'm just going to stamp it down in the corner because I'm using the Stampin' Blends to color it. So I want to make sure that we use Memento Black because you always need to use it for the blends. I'm going to use some Real Red, and we're going to do the heart in the center. Like that. And I'm actually using Pool Party, and I'm using the dark Pool Party, and I'm using the light Bermuda Bay to kind of blend it and kind of shade it a little bit. And so we're just coloring the top of this. Now in this little area, I like to use the smaller blunt tip instead of the brush. And I'll use the brush part on the light here so it can just kind of shade it a little bit. And I'll go back with this one just to blend it in the center. Now we got to do the handle. Almost forgot that part. And that's it. This one I do have to fussy cut, so I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. Okay, so we have our little cup done. It's really easy cutting. All right, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the crumb cake again, and we are going to do the little steam coming out of the cup. So I am going to see where I'm going to put that, and then we're going to just stamp it there. I'm going to use dimensionals on the back of the cup. And we're going to pop it up. So I'm going to put that there. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to glue this onto the front of our, and I'm just using wet glue, and it's going to probably pop up a little bit once you put on your, once you put your hot cocoa in there. This is going to probably, edges might pop up, but that's okay. It's just fine. And then I'm going to take my crumb cake again, and I'm using my water brush here. And I already took some and put it on the back here because I did it for my other one. We're going to splatter this so it has like little splatter dots. So we're just going to splatter that. You could splatter the whole thing. I'm just doing this front section. All right, and that's that. And now we're ready to put the other pieces on. So I have my piece to stamp my sentiment, and this is 3/4 by 2 1/4. And we are going to do that in early espresso. And I'm doing the kind of day first to make sure it all fits on here really good. So we're doing the kind of day, and then we're going to do the chocolate right above it. Alright, now we are ready to put the HOT on here, so I'm just going to use the multi-purpose glue again. These actually go pretty quick. Gotta watch your fingers with the glue. Again, I'm going to use dimensionals for the chocolate kind of day. So I have 3 grandchildren, so these 2 are going to go to them. So I'm putting that right down at the bottom here. And then I'm going to put the snowflake on, and I'm just going to attach it right here. So I'm only going to put glue on part of this, so it just sticks to that part. Right there. And I'm using the Playful Pets trim, and this one has the black and white baker's twine and this real red stitched ribbon here. I am going to just tie a bow. And need to order more of this. I love this trim, this pack. And then I'm going to grab a glue dot. And we're going to put that right there. And I think we are ready to put our hot cocoa in there. So I grabbed another package, and this one is white candy cane chocolate. And we're just going to put this one inside here, and it will slide right in there. I usually flatten out the chocolate. This one matches so good. I may go back and get a couple more of those because it matches so cute. All right, so there you have it, all done. And super, super quick and easy. This one is a lot thicker. Actually, I could make it flatter by just pressing it down. And it won't pop out that far. All right, everyone, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, everyone. Bye.